All right, so today we're going to continue the conversation about Harley Davidson and this woke controversy because they've responded. What did they say? What does it mean? Let's find out on today's Graybeard Biker Morning Ride. So I just got done dropping my son off at school, right? Yes, he gets to be that cool kid that gets dropped off on a motorcycle. Now, before I jump into today, the last time I did one of these morning ride videos, I had people complaining because the sound quality was not good. Well, I'm out in the elements riding a motorcycle. I don't have one of those helmet comms, which I don't think sounds good either. So I tell you right now, that's what it's going to sound like. The other person may have been complaining, not only because of the sound quality, but also because of the subject I was talking about, because I was talking about Trump's assassination. So that's very likely too. But if you find the sound quality unacceptable, do two things. One, let me know in the comments. Number two, click off. Today what we're going to talk about is Harley has finally reacted to the Harley Davidson gone woke issue. Now, of course, I've talked about this in two different episodes now. Both of them have been live streams. I will go ahead and put up the thumbnail so you can see which ones they were. First one was when it first started happening, where we talked about should we boycott. The second one goes a little deeper than that. Talks about more than just the woke controversy. It goes into price gouging and that sort of thing. But if you're into talking about the motor company, that's what those are for. During the live streams, which we do periodically, I like to bring up conversations that we can talk about as a community. So it's not just a single monologue, it's literally a conversation with those that are in the room. Now, with as far as sound quality goes, you'll notice I have the RPMs revved up a little more than idle. That's because if I let it idle, this happens. So if I if I raise the RPMs, the handlebars steady out. It doesn't shake the camera as much. So anyway, the exciting news that has happened recently is that Harley Davidson has finally put out a statement in response to being exposed for going woke. Now, until now, it's been a while. It's been since that first live stream, which has been a couple of weeks. But they haven't said anything. Well, they hadn't said anything because it was not going their way, and because something like this does serious damage to their brand. So they have been going the way of Bud Light and just trying to stay quiet and not do anything. Well, that hadn't worked for them. They had the Sturgis event, which I heard firsthand from somebody that was there, that said that the Harley booth literally had backlash. Now, I know we all saw video of that. But you can't trust the video because you don't know when it was shot. It doesn't matter what side of the fence it's on. Unless I see something, I don't know that I can trust what it is. But I saw that video, and then I actually talked to somebody when I was at a swap meet this past weekend who was there and verified that it was true. So after Sturgis, they sent out a statement. Now I'm going to stop here in a minute and read the statement to you, in case you haven't seen it. That being said, so now I'm pulled over, I'm going to read it to you. It says, there's no date, and it only has the icon on the stationery, if you will, the letterhead. And it says, for over 120 years, Harley-Davidson has brought the joy of motorcycling to riders around the world, no matter who they are, where they come from, or what they believe in. We have a guiding principle: united, we ride. It defines how we run our business, treat our people, and underscores our commitment to welcoming all. Well, that sounds great. And then they say, we are saddened by the negativity on social media over the last few weeks, designed to divide the Harley-Davidson community. As a company, we take this issue very seriously, and it is our responsibility to respond with clarity, action, and facts. Earlier this year, we initiated an internal stakeholder review to better align company activities to the needs of both our business and community. Based on our review, we are committed to the following: diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. We see it as every leader's role to ensure that we have an employee base that reflects our customers and the geographies in which we operate. It is critical to our business that we hire and retain the best talent and that all employees feel welcome. That said, we have not operated a DEI function since April 2024. And we do not have a DEI function today. We do not have hiring quotas, and we no longer have supplier diversity spending goals. One statement. Business employee resource groups to ensure alignment of our BERGs with the business. Moving forward, we will be providing executive management to each group to exclusively focus on professional development, networking, and mentoring. Sponsorship and affiliations. We are reviewing all sponsorship and organizations we are affiliated with. Actions stemming from that ongoing review include all sponsorship activities will now be centrally approved and managed efforts through the company or the Harley-Davidson Foundation. As a consumer brand, we will focus exclusively on growing the sport of motorcycling and retaining our loyal riding community. In addition to the support we already provide to first responders, active military members, and veterans. The Harley-Davidson Foundation is committed to driving positive change in Milwaukee, such as through the recently unveiled Davidson Park at our Juneau Avenue headquarters. Now, if you don't know what that is, in the series that's coming up, where we went to Harley Homecoming, we actually tour that, so you'll be able to see it in an upcoming episode. And then there's this statement: Harley-Davidson will not participate in HRC scoring going forward. Employee training. The company continually evaluates its training opportunities to ensure they are right for our workforce. Training provided will be related to the needs of the business and be absent of socially motivated content. Only legally required training has ever been mandatory at Harley-Davidson. We believe having both a broad employee and customer base is good for business, and that ultimately everybody should experience the joy of riding a Harley-Davidson. We remain committed to listening to all members of our community as we continue on our journey together as the most desirable motorcycle brand in the world. United, we ride. So that's what the statement says. So that being said, they put out a statement. Does that mean that we, the community, made a difference? Robbie Starbuck, who is the one that exposed the whole thing, is calling it a victory. Was it a victory? I mean, they've obviously responded to it, so that's a victory in some ways, right? Now, they had turned off all of their comments before, so most of this has been happening on X, but it has been on other platforms as well. Well, Harley-Davidson's reaction when people started questioning them on social media was to shut it down. Well, after they released this statement, they turned it back on. So you can see what the community's reaction to the statement has been. So I'll show some of them, and then I'll summarize. But it seems, at least for now, they're actually taking feedback in their comment section, at least for a little while. So Robbie Starbuck is calling it a victory. Hey, we made a difference. Other people are saying that this statement is just PR, right? It's designed to sound good, to make the bad press and the bad juju go away, but it actually doesn't commit to making any substantial changes. People say that it's disingenuous. Others are saying that it simply The statement didn't say what it needed to, that it was not an apology. Now, I have my opinion as well. I did not see an apology. It didn't apologize at all, actually. It didn't apologize for not caring about the fan base, for not caring about the customers that made them who they are. You know, the actual biker community that they helped to build. Some people are saying that it actually sounds like they're doubling down on DEI as opposed to rejecting it. And most of us, I don't care if you are representing underrepresented people, groups, which is what DEI is. DEI is basically affirmative action for people that aren't black. It's about representing people in your employee that are from underrepresented groups. And I, for one, and a lot of other people as well, don't care if you represent underrepresented groups, if you hire from underrepresented groups. What I want is for you to hire the best people for the job, regardless of what group. Why is that a foreign concept? I do not know. But you hire based on the skills and the productivity of the person. Has nothing to do with how they live their life, who their ancestors were, or any of that. Why is that so hard to understand? The other side of this whole DEI thing is DEI, even in its name, is about being inclusive. Well, I work in marketing, and for decades, we have championed exclusivity, right? You market your brand as being exclusive, not inclusive. And so with the new politics, they're doing a different thing here. But I know that bikers, for one, do not care about being inclusive. Most bikers have always been, you know, an outcast group. We've never been included. That being said, most of the bikers that I know don't care about who you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. Just don't tell me who I am and what I can do. And as a manufacturer of motorcycles, just make the damn bikes. That's it. That's all anybody wants. Now, another thing that this statement has done is it talks about how Harley-Davidson is the victim. They are saddened by all of this talk on social media that has attacked them and tried to divide the Harley-Davidson community. Well, I got news for you, HD. It's because of something you did that was divisive and not inclusive of your actual fan base, your actual customers. You made the mistake. You did it. Now, a lot of people, probably the biggest takeaway that I've seen from feedback response to this statement has been that it's too little, too late. Nothing is going to change until they fire their CEO. And their CEO, of course, is the woke headpiece that's been appointed by BlackRock to be the head of Harley-Davidson. Now, in actuality, is the CEO bad? Yes. But he's not the only one. All of them are from BlackRock or Vanguard or someone. But a lot of people are saying, too little, too late.
It's a little too little, it's a little too late.
I won't think you're serious until you fire the CEO. A lot of people are going even further than that. Not only do they want you to fire the CEO, they want you to put an American at the head of the American company. You know, if you think about it, it's quite interesting. We have a brand that champions being American. You know, vote to the USA, what it's like to be an American. And it's run by people that aren't even American at the very top. It's definitely interesting for sure. But I think that at the very minimum, an apology to the family, right, is the least that you can do. You know, an admission that you were wrong, that you betrayed the lifeblood of your company, the actual customers. Then again, you know, maybe BlackRock is their lifeblood nowadays. So, let me know what you think in the comments. What are your thoughts on their response? Is it too little, too late? Does it satisfy you? Does it mean that we made a difference? Does it mean that we won? Is it a victory, as Starbucks has claimed it was? I don't know. Let me know what you think below. Everybody in the community has been talking about this, so I know you have an opinion. So let me know what it is. Let me know what you think. Everywhere I've gone since this broke, somebody has brought it up to me. Hell, the reason I made the first live stream was because people were asking me my thoughts on it. But I will also tell you one other thing that a lot of people don't want to realize. They're like, screw you, I'm going to buy Indian. Indian's just as bad. Most every company in our marketplace today suffers from this problem. So it's not about, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do this. It's about making a statement, making a difference with one company, Harley-Davidson, and moving the bar for that one company. The solution of going to somebody else, that's not going to do anything. Because they're going to be just as bad. But maybe they'll be exposed next. Who knows? So is it too little, too late? Some people are saying that they'll take nothing less than the head of the CEO.
Off with his head!
Figuratively, of course. Fire this woke leader of the company. And until you do that, you're not being serious. And a lot of these statements don't sound serious, right? like I said, some people are saying they're literally doubling down on DEI in this statement. Then again, on the other side, they say, but we're not doing any DEI anymore. Yes, DEI is important, but we're not doing it anymore. The one thing I got out of it that I thought was particularly good was that they said they're not going to participate in the scorecard anymore. HRC scorecard. And that's very good. It's also very unbelievable. Yeah, you're not going to participate in it anymore until you vote on it again next week, right? I mean, until all of this blows over. So I gave you some of my thoughts, some of my anecdotes, but what I really want to do with this is let you know what happened. I mean, maybe you haven't heard the statement before, what they said. But I want to let you know what happened so that you can then make a decision on what you think about what they said and what it means in this whole situation. So let me know your takeaway in the comments. It's not about what I think. I'm just a reporter in this situation. I want to know what you think. The other side is I'll never shy away from my own opinion. So I'm now sitting here editing this video that I just shot this morning, the morning ride video. I have some additional thoughts, so I thought I would share them with you. One of the things that we have to be careful of here is, and I don't know if I said this before, which is why I'm saying it now, we have to be careful and look at the words they're actually using in this statement. Because I don't consider this a victory. They were extremely unclear on purpose. The words that they chose were on purpose. I run a marketing firm. We comb over copy for a very specific reason, to make sure it says the things that we want it to say and doesn't say the things that we don't want it to say. Them saying that they are, focused on their stakeholders means something. It doesn't say customers, it doesn't say shareholders, it says stakeholders. Well, do you know who their stakeholders are? BlackRock, Vanguard. But the average person isn't going to pay attention to that word. Where they talk about how we don't have any DEI functions. Well, does that mean you have functions doing DEI stuff that you call something else, right? Do you have, equity functions? Do you have, liberal functions? Well, I mean, what you could use any word, right? So things like that matter. So you have to be really careful with what this does and doesn't say. And in my opinion, it doesn't say a lot. Just something to watch. Alright, that's it for now. I am done with my morning ride. I'm at the office. I'm editing everything together. So, if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, all of the good stuffs. And be sure, like I said, to leave your thoughts in the comments. Two-way conversation. Either way, I'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay free, keep it shiny side up.